on the. So basically we have seen yesterday. Okay, so what is variable actually? Variable is just used for the holding data. Okay, just to hold data. We have seen that yesterday. Now, if I'm talking about the variables, if I'm talking about a variables, like what is a variable? Variable is something like you can declare, like how you actually used to declare. You used to write where. Okay, and now you have to give the variable name. Okay, suppose you want to give the variable name as x, and now initialize some value to this. And if I give 10, and after that you need to put the semicolon. Okay, this is a basic format how you used to declare a variable. Now if I talk about, now if I'm talking about, like if I want to like print this, so in that case you just need to write console. Okay, console dot log. So if I'm writing console.log, and inside that I'm writing x, so what I'm doing actually, I'm printing this. So this is actually used for the, you can say this is how actually I'm declaring the variable. This is declaring and I'm initializing it. Okay, this is, you can say I have done two things here. I have done declaration here. Declaration basically means telling to JavaScript, okay, here I'm going to use the variable. So declaration basically means doing this where x. And now second thing is known as initialization. Initialization basically means giving some value to that variable, which I have done, like x equals to 10. Okay, now this is the first part, this is the second part. Okay, so yesterday we have seen around that, and I also told you, like I can also declare a variable, like if I say another variable where, okay, y equals to, and I could say like my name Varun. And in that case, I can just console.log it, console.log it. And if I log it, so basically what I am doing, I'm here actually, again, this is actually in the data. Basically, this is, you can say this is my actually string. Okay, and when I'm talking about this part, basically this is actually my, you can say the data type is actually number, or you can say integer. So basically number or integer. Okay, this is a thing which we have seen like yesterday. So now let's move ahead with the same thing, and let's understand like what are the next topic which we are going to see today. Okay, no, you cannot do like this. You are saying that you want to do like this, q equals to, you want to do like this v, and this is single variable cannot take multiple values. Okay, it is not like you are giving comma and this is like this is wrong syntax, like the syntactically it is wrong. Why? First of all, you are putting this like you are putting two values. Okay, a variable can hold only one value at a time. Okay, so don't get confused with it. Okay, so now let's move to the slides. So now let's move to the variable naming. Okay, so before I want to go to, I just want to discuss you something, like let's go to the replit. Okay, and you don't need to go to replit. Okay, just see whatever I'm like, whatever I'm discussing. Okay, just focus here. Just right now, just see whatever I'm like, whatever I'm writing on the panel. Okay, just focus here. So basically the first thing I want to tell you something about, like it is very important. Okay, as a developer. Okay, as a developer it is very important. Okay, many questions you don't need to understand right now, like what is the difference between Java and JavaScript and all that. Like when you continue your journey na, later you will understand this thing, like what is the difference between Java and JavaScript. Okay, initially in the first month, like I know that the concept, the whatever we are going to teach, it is a very basics. Okay, but gradually when we'll move to the next level, then you will understand, okay, why we have done all those parts. Okay, and you will also get the feeling what is the front end, back end, and what is everything and how these things work. Okay, having question is a good thing, like you have a curiosity, that is a very good thing. Okay, that is showing like that you are interested. But like having a curiosity, but you have to like you have to go with the flow, like how the things are going. Okay, you have to be with that. So now what I'm saying, like this is the okay, I'll tell you what is initialization. Okay, so sorry, I'm using some complicated word, but you don't uh, okay, I'll use some simple things. Okay, so don't want to confuse you. So now suppose if I'm talking about a variable. Okay, so how I used to declare a variable, though I used to declare a variable like where. Okay, I can use x, and inside that x I can put some value that is 10. Okay, this we have seen already. Here you know that like when I do only this like only when I do only this step now, this step is actually known as declaration. This is known as declaration, that I'm declaring something. Declaration. Okay, this is known as declaration. Suppose I have a like variable name pictures. Okay, you can give where I can where I want to put the pictures. And suppose I have like suppose okay, this is my, like you can say this is my variable, you can give any variable name. Okay, so here you can see that here I've declared it. But now if suppose in the pictures if I put some value, okay, now I have already declared it. Now I'm just going to use it. Okay, and in the pictures I want to put like a animal photo. A animal photo I'm putting inside it. Okay, now after that I put a question mark, and now this is known as, you can say, initialization. I am initialization, I'm doing some initializing some value. Okay, so declaration basically means you are saying, okay, hey JavaScript, I want to use some variable. Okay, this is the variable name. And initialization basically means you are saying, okay, I got the variable, JavaScript has given me the one variable, now I'm putting something inside that variable, and that variable is actually pictures equal to animal. Okay, so now let's see about something very basics, like how, like what is the basically now the next thing which I want to show you, like what is the variable name, or like what which type of variable name you can use. Like there is some basically you cannot use any variable name. Okay, whatever you think. Okay, so let's see variable names. Let's see about variable name, what kind of variables I can declare. Okay, so you have to like seek very clearly. Yeah, here animal is a string, that's right. Okay, so now what kind of variable I can give? So first of all, like if I want to give a variable, suppose I'm declaring a variable and I'm giving a b c. Okay, and after that I'll give 1 2 3. So I just want to check whether this is allowed or not. Okay, so if I run this, then I'll see that, okay, I just need to comment it. Okay, I'm commenting it basically means I don't want to like this code will not execute. Okay, this is hidden. Now if I run this, now it is actually running. Running basically means there is no error is not coming. Okay, so here you can see that the variable name which I have used is the letter, and after there are numbers. Okay, that is working fine. Now let's see whether this first let's print it. ABC 1 2 3. Okay, and now if I try to print it, now what happened, it is actually printing. Now let's check for the another one. Let's what I do, I will do 1 2 3, and then I will do ABC. Okay, and after that I'll put some other number, that is 25. Okay, now let's first check whether this will execute or not. Okay, is there any problem with this or not? Okay, it is actually creating a problem. When the number is at the end, okay, then it is not creating the problem. But when the number is at the beginning, then it is creating a problem. So now rule number one, you have to like understand this, like variable name should not be start from the numbers. Variable name should not be start with the numbers. Okay, if you create any other type of variable, like even you write one also, in that case also it will show you error. Why? Because you are writing a number, you are declaring a variable, something starting from like some numbers. Okay, so it is not allowed. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll comment it. Okay, so it is actually, I can say that not allowed. Now, after moving to this point, now let's see the another thing. Okay, so the another thing is, okay, now let's see the other another thing. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to write where, okay, a b c 1 2 3 d e f equals to 35. Now tell me whether this will work or not. What do you think? This will work or not? Okay. Okay. Some are saying this will work and this is not. Okay. Let's check it. Okay. This is working because there is no error is coming. Okay. I didn't print it, but even then error is not coming. That means it is working. The reason is that I didn't use the number in the beginning. Okay. You cannot use the numbers in the beginning. If you are using the numbers in the beginning, then it will create the issue. Okay, it should be start from the letters. Even if I declare another variable like where a, and I will write 9 and I will write ghi. Okay, even then if I write 45, even then like you can see that it is working. Why? Because the first letter is character. It is something alphabet. Okay, and after that you are writing the number, so it's okay, it will work. Okay, now after that what I want to try, I want to try something else. Okay, I want to try some special character. I want to check whether this will work or not. A B C. Okay, now if I write this one equals to 32. Now here you can see that it is actually creating the error. Here it is actually creating the error because I am using some like invalid, like this special type character in the beginning. Now what if I put this in the, you can say at the end, where a b c at, okay, equals to 32. Now let's see what happened. So if I run this, now you can see that it is actually also creating. You cannot use these type of character even if I use hash also. Okay, anything. So basically it is not actually, it is actually creating the error. It is actually creating the error. You cannot use these special character in like with these, basically with these variable. Okay, but I want to tell you one thing. Yeah. Okay, okay. One second. I'll discuss the I'll discuss that part of like what you are saying now. That if I include space, okay, don't worry. But right now, if I'm saying na ABC, so this character is not working. But I want to tell you there are two characters which you can use, which you can use. Okay, so that characters are actually dollar and underscore. If you use these two characters, then in that case it will work in any case. Okay, these two characters are exceptions. Like so many of people, I think you have seen, you have watched the Quota Factory where he used to say in organic there are exceptions, there are a lot of exceptions. Okay, so that's why similarly here also with dollar and this underscore there is an exception. So if I put this and if I try to run it, now you can see that it is executing. Even if I put the dollar in the front, okay, and if I try to execute it, now you can see that it is actually executing. Even if I put the underscore also, okay, so the exceptions are, you can say, dollar and underscore. With both of these you can put it anywhere, it will work. Okay, 23. So that is the beauty of the variables. Like you here you can see that you just have to remember some rules. The rules are that it should be start from the characters. Okay, you cannot start from the numbers. You cannot start from the numbers. And also there is an exception with underscore and dollar that you can use with the variables. Yeah, in the middle is, it will also work. In the middle, if you put dollar also, it will work. Okay, don't worry about that, it will work. So here you can see that it is not actually creating any issue, any type of issue. Okay, so now let's go to the slide and let's read some rules. Okay, name can be begin with dollar and underscore characters. We have seen that. We have already seen this thing. Name can begin with alpha, dollar and underscore character, and you can also say that key. It can also end with a dollar, and it can also contain a dollar in the middle. Okay, underscore also in the middle. Okay, now the second thing it is saying, don't use reserve word as a variable name. Don't worry about that. Reserve word we will see later. What are reserve word? Okay. JavaScript variable name should not start with a numeral 0 to 9. Okay, you cannot start a variable with a number like 1 2 3 test. We have already seen this. This is invalid. Okay, but this is valid ones. And JavaScript variables names are case sensitive. Okay, so now if I go to this here, now I just want to show you one thing. Like if I write like this thing underscore 1 2 3. Okay, now if I run this, now here you can see it is executing because the first character is the one who is actually exception. Okay, but you cannot start with a number. And case sensitive basically means if you are saying that your variable abc is 23, then in that case you cannot write something like that ki console.log, and inside that you are writing abc, like a is actually capital. You need to make the same thing, like same one. So these rules are actually covering everything. These rules are covering everything. Okay, whatever we have learned, like what a variable convention should be. Yeah, you can use a capital letter also. Like capital letter will also work. Yeah, that use underscore dollar 123 will also work. Okay, and you are saying now whether this will work or not, like that is interesting. I'm just checking whether this will work or not. Yeah, it is working. It is working. That's nice. Okay, so now this is the beauty of this thing. Okay, so now here I talk you about some like rules of, well, like whenever you are naming the variable. But I want to say something here, like whenever you are giving the name to the variables, now it should be meaningful. It should be meaningful. Okay, so now let's I take you to some other place. I'll take you to some other place. Like let's see if I go to amazon.in. Now try to see here like what it is written. Hello Varun. Hello Varun. Okay, because I have logged in with my account. Now suppose you logged in from your account. Then in that case, suppose you are Rajat. So hello Rajat. Okay, suppose you are Sunil. So hello Sunil. You are Shubham. Hello Shubham. Okay, so these values are actually continuously changing. Hello and comma is actually static. It is actually it will remain same for me also and for others also. For Shubham also, this hello comma will remain the same. For Sunil also, the hello comma will remain the same. Okay, so in your case also it will remain the same. So now let's see if I want to show you now. So suppose it is what it is actually doing. Like let's do console dot log. Okay, so what it is saying, hello Varun. Now if I run this, then it is showing hello Varun. But the problem here is, okay, but the problem here is, one second. Okay, but the problem here is, like here I'm actually printing hello Varun. Okay, hello Varun. But the problem here is in every case it will always print Varun. But I don't want that. I don't want that it always print Varun, because if Shubham is logged in with their account, with his account, I want hello Shubham. If Sunil is logged in with his account, then it should be hello Sunil. So I'm removing this. Okay, I'm not using this one. Instead of that, what I'm using a variable X, which is known as, you can say, Varun. Okay, now what I can do here, if I run this, now what will happen? Here it will only print this one because I am written in this screen. Now, since in the inverted commas only this part is written, that's why it is actually printing hello comma. But now I want to add something else like this Varun also. Okay, so this is actually containing inside X. So you have two choices. What you can do, you can append something, like you can add it. So if you add a string with the with my name, then what it will do, I will add plus X. In that case, it will print hello Varun. You can also write the comma. I already told you like yesterday. Okay, hello Varun. Now, if suppose I change it to Shubham. Now suppose Shubham is actually logged in, and if I do this, then it is showing hello Shubham. Okay, so I would make it like earlier as plus. Okay, don't worry. Plus is the same because it is used for the joining the string. Plus is actually used to join the string if I want to join the string. Okay, so now hello Shubham. Okay, now if I say hello Rajat. Okay, now it becomes dynamic. Now you can say that variable I'm using, so it is actually appending depending upon what is the name here I'm using. Okay, so this is the power of variable, but I would say don't use variable X. So name should be meaningful. So that's why I would say put name, and here also put name. Then it will, you can say that it is now now it is actually meaningful. Okay, so now this is the way how actually I can show you like hello. That's why hi actually it is showing. And when Shubham is logged in, so in the name variable, the value Shubham will come and it will automatically put it. Okay. And the next thing which I want to tell you is, okay, right now, I would say just forget about comma. Just forget about comma. Just retain this thing, that plus. Why this plus? Plus is actually adding those strings. Okay, I will discuss that plus again. Okay, I will discuss away in the in the today's lecture, don't worry. Okay, but right now just retain what I want. It is actually joining two strings. This is the first string and this is actually the second string. Okay, this is actually the first string and this is like till this comma. This is the first string and I'm joining this with the other string, and that other string is Rajat. Yeah, concatenation, but I'm not using that term right now so that other won't confuse. Okay, don't worry, I will tell you like what if the case is end. So now let's talk about something else which is known as beautiful naming. Okay, please give your variable some meaningful name. Okay, suppose I want to give my I want to give my father's name. Okay, so what will I write? Suppose I am writing name one. Okay, and suppose this is my father's name. Suppose I'm writing Mr. X. Okay, suppose I'm writing my mother's name. Okay, name two, and I'm writing Mrs. X. Mrs. Y. This is how actually I'm like writing my parent name. Suppose I want to write the date of birth. So suppose I'm writing X equals to, or you can say DOB equals to, okay, you can say this is how actually I'm writing. But I would say like this is not a meaningful way. Okay, since this is my father name, so what I can write, like if I want to say, I can use the variables like in a very meaningful way, because just reading this name one, you won't understand who is it, who is this person. So the good way of writing is like you can say father name. Okay, and I can write mother name, or I can write date of birth. But I want to improve it like more. Okay, I want to improve it so it will look nice here. So I can write, like, instead of this, I can also write name of my father. Name of my mother. Now you can see that this variable is talking about this value, like, very clearly. Very clearly, it is actually talking about this value, and it is saying, okay, what is this value is all about? And this value is actually, so this is the right way of, you can say, beautiful naming, so that if I am reading your code, so whatever your code you're writing, and if I'm reading your code, I will understand, okay, what you have written. So basically, writing a program is like a story. If you are writing a story, and if I like, if you are writing that story very beautifully, then just seeing your code, I will understand what your code is actually doing. Okay, so that is a very important part. Okay, and I want to tell you, like, one more thing. Suppose you are declaring a variable where a, b, c, and now after that you are putting space d, a, f, and you are saying I want to put 23. Okay, now you cannot do that. This will create error. Why? Because space is basically breaking this variable. So you cannot break this. Variable should be continuous. So in this case, what I can do, I can put a, like, underscore here. So now it will work. The reason we use underscore, basically, otherwise just remove the space. If you don't want to use underscore, then you, in that case, you can just remove the underscore. It will also work. Okay, but space basically breaking the variable. If you want to join, like, why I'm actually, if the reason is that I can also remove this. I can also remove this underscore. Okay, but now this become very confusing. Like, you can misspell this word. Okay, what is this word is actually saying? So the reason I put the underscore is the why, because so that I can read it as a sentence, like what it is actually saying. Okay. Yeah, you can also write 02. You can also write 02/06/1994. That will also work. Yeah, you can add anything in the string. You can add anything. You can add comma, f, g, h, I, like anything. In every case, it will work. Inside string, you can add anything because it could be anything. Okay. So now I'll just move to the next one. Okay, let's move to the next one. That is data type. Okay. So data type basically means if I want to check, like, if I want to write my shoe size, where you can say shoe. Okay, I want to write my CGPA. CGPA. Okay, this is my CGPA. And my CGPA was suppose 7.5. Now I want to know, like, what is the type of this variable. Basically, you already know that this is string. This is actually holding the string. This is holding string. This is holding string. This is holding a number. This is not a string. Okay. Now if I want to check the what is the type of this variable. Okay, type. So the basic type which we have learned till now is basically two, string and number. Okay, but if you want to check, like, what is its type, if you want to confirm, then you can write console.log, and inside that log there is a function. There is something like which JavaScript provide you. Using that, you can directly check your what is your variable name. Okay, you don't have to do anything, and that we called as functions. Okay, so just don't go into the depth. Don't go into the depth. Okay, don't go into the depth of, like, something like, but I just want to say, like, there is a function which is known as type of. Inside type of, you just need to write CGPA. Okay, if you are writing something like type of CGPA, okay, now what it will do, this function will tell you, like, what is this, what is the, you can say, what is the data type of it. Okay, now what I need to do, I just need to write type of. Inside the bracket, put your number. It is like a, you can say, it is like a lamp. Okay, Aladdin lamp. And in this Aladdin lamp, just put everything, whatever you want. So you are saying, I want to find the type of CGPA. Now what it will do, If you run this, then it will put number. Genies, the lamp is actually telling you this is a number. Now I want to tell like what is the data type of this, name of my father. Now if I run this, now you can see that this is string. Okay, so I just said na, this is like your Aladdin lamp. You don't need to go into the depth of this. Just put inside it. Okay, and I'm putting inside everything whatever I want, and it will tell me like what is the data type of this. Okay, interesting. So if you are saying you want to put directly, okay, if you are saying if you want to put directly, then let's see. 1 second, I want to okay, nice. It is actually telling me this is number. Whatever you are giving me, Ginny is actually saying either you give me that box. Okay, Ginny is saying either you give me the box, either you give me the value. Okay, whatever you will give me, I will tell you, because I am your I'm your lamp. I am your magical lamp. In JavaScript, basically the data types. Okay, JavaScript consider in JavaScript, you are saying now why this value is actually float double. Okay, in other programming language, we have this float double, but in JavaScript, they all consider as number. In JavaScript, they all consider as number. Okay, so if you are saying like what is the date of birth, what is the data type of date of birth? Okay, so it is actually string. So in JavaScript, we have like two data type right now. Right now, I'm just like explaining you only two. Okay, later I will add more. So right now I'm just saying number and string. And in this number, your every number will come, basically float, double, and everything. And there is actually a string also. So everyone till this point, everyone got it? Okay, okay, nice. Basically this is just an extra functionality which I want to tell you, because type of is later in the section when you understand about function, then you will understand what is this. Okay, just right now just blindly use it. Okay, type of, and in the bracket just put it, but later in the future, like in the future slides, you will understand that what is this type of is all about. So now I told you about tells about the data type of the variable. Now let's move to the next thing. Now I want to tell you like something related to like in our in now till this point we have learned about the data types. We have learned about like what are the data type, how we can put the numbers in that. But in those data type, we can also perform some operations like we can also add the value something. We can also subtract it or something like that. Okay, so right now I'm just talking about the mathematical operations. Right now, I'm just talking about the mathematical operations. So only mathematical operation. Okay, pure mathematical operation. So mathematical operations like, let's see, I'll tell you how actually we use in our website, how we use in our web development, those things. Now you can see that this is my cart. Okay. Now, if I put the quantity one, now you can say that if you add this value 799 plus 2399, then I got the price as 3198. Okay, now you can see that. Now if I add this quantity, then 2 into 799 plus 2399 is actually got added. Okay, I think you are comfortable with this. And if I want to add this, like this matrix, like you can say this metal folding, if I want to add two quantities, I want to bought two quantities. In this case, what it is doing, okay, seller, like in this only one per customer. So, okay, I cannot add more than one. But here I can add suppose four quantities of four speakers. So 4 into 799 plus 2399, that comes out to the price of 595. So here I have done the addition. Okay, and where actually I'm doing the multiplication in this whole series. The multiplication I'm actually doing when I'm changing this. So I am doing 3 multiply by 799 because I want to buy 3 headphones. 3 into 799 plus 2399, that is 497. This is, I am doing the addition, or and I am also doing in that I'm also doing the multiplication. And if I want to do the subtraction, so I just need to deduct it. Like I want to make from 3 to 2. I want to come to 2 more headphones. Now it is actually deducting the value. So here actually I'm playing with the variables. Here actually I'm playing with the variables. Okay, so now let's first go to the variables and let's just see some basic operation. Okay, then you will understood it. Data type of date of birth is string. The reason is that because when you are putting the date of birth, okay, you are writing that inside the quotes. Whatever you are writing inside the quotes, that data type, you can say that data type will be string. You can say 2nd June, everything, whatever you write, even you write number also. Okay, even you write number also. And if you try to do console.log, and inside that, if you write to put type of, so date of birth. Okay, and if I run this, then you think maybe it is a number, then why it should give the number, but it is actually inside the quotes. So since it is inside the quotes, when I run this, then it is actually give the string. Okay, so now let's do the operation, some operation in this. So I am saying where a equal to, I am giving some value equal to 10, where b equals to, I want to give some value 4. Now I can perform different type of operation like console.log. Okay, I can do console.log and I can directly add a plus b because both are number. So if I run this, then in that case, what will happen? It will give me 14. Similarly, if I do console.log a minus b, if I do console.log a multiply by b, console.log a division by b. Okay, in every case, it will give me the output. Okay, so I am doing the mathematical operation here, addition, subtraction, multiplication. For multiplication, we have this star operator, this, and for division, we used to do the division using this. Okay, so it is actually doing the division and like it is actually giving me the output, but I don't want the output like this. I want to get the output like inside some variable. So I'm saying, okay, I don't want to do this. So what I'll do, okay, I don't remove this. So what I want to do, I want to calculate my sum inside the sum variable. So I will write where, okay, sum, inside that I want to put a plus b, where difference, in the difference I want to give a minus b, where product I want to give a into b, where division, inside that I want to divide a divided by b. And instead of this, what I want like directly print sum. Okay, now it is like meaningful. Okay, now if I run this, now you will get the same output. Okay, now you can also modify this. How? You can also write in the double quotes, you are writing a string. You can write sum is, okay, and now you want to attach it, just add plus. Now it become like a little more beautiful. Now because right now just seeing this 6 value, I don't know now. Just seeing this output scheme, do I get to know like whether it is a subtract value, whether it is a product value? I don't know. I just watching this, I'm just getting confused, like which one is value, which off. So that's why we used to do some interactivity. That's why we used to write, where that why we used to give the output in this way, difference. And then what I'm saying, difference is in the quotes, and then attaching it to just bind it, I'm adding a plus. Okay, please don't run the code right now. Don't run the code right now. Okay, just focus here. Okay, so right now, if you try to do this thing, the one someone has written this console.log, inside quotes you are writing a plus b. So what console will do? Console, it is not a variable. Console saying, okay, this is in the inside the quotes. What I'll do, I'll just print it directly. For me, this is not a variable. Variable meaning is only when you are removing this plus and when you are running this. So that is actually, you can say, that is now summing it. Now it is giving 14. Okay. Similarly, you can do this with product also. You can also do this with product also. Product is, and now you can also do this with division also. Division is. Okay. Now, so now you understood. Now, did you understood this? Like, okay. So you are saying like, what is the use of this shell? So basically this shell is, suppose you already know your file name is index.js. So if you want to execute your file index.js, then you can also execute using node and write index.js. You can also execute this. Okay. So with shell also you can also execute it, but with console, by default, when I'm pressing this run button, console is actually giving me the output. Now I just want to give you an like a little bit you can say exercise. Now let's just see. What is the question? Now here you can see that I'm trying to buying a headphone. So what I will do, I will write my I'm using a variable like count. Okay, how many headphones I'm using buying. So basically I want to buy 2 headphones. So I need to put where equal to count. Okay, I want to buy 2 headphones. Okay, now what is the headphone price? What is the headphone price? You can say what is the price of the headphone? So suppose headphone price is 300. Now I want to calculate what is the total. What is the total I want to pay? I need to pay. Okay. Can anyone tell me like how can I calculate, like if I want to find what is the total amount I need to pay? This is a count. This is the number of basically this is the number I want to buy. Okay, nice. So someone has written, if I want to find the total, okay, total price. This is like what Amazon is calculating. Okay, this is the count and this is the price. So if I want to find, then what I'll do, I will write count into price. Okay, now I'll just directly do console.log total. But now here the problem is, like previously I talked about the variable naming thing. That variable naming should be meaningful. Okay, the name of the variable should be meaningful. So in that case, what I can do, this is not a meaningful name. Okay. So now if I want some meaningful name, so what I can do, I just don't choose this name. Okay, instead of this, I need what I'm doing. Okay, no, basically if I want to give this is a you can yeah, I can also do the quantity, but right now just I will make it more meaningful. Okay, I'll make it count of headphones. Okay, or that is also right. I can also write quantity. Okay, this is also meaningful. Okay, but right now just I am choosing count of headphones. Just giving you all more elaborative way, because right now in this Amazon, yeah, you also have picture, but in my code there is no picture. Okay, so the count, that's why I'm clearly returning is like count of headphones. Now like price of headphones. Okay, count of headphone, price of headphone. Now, if I want to calculate what is the basically what is the total thing, then in that case, what I can what I can write? I can write count of headphone multiply by price of headphone. Okay. And this is actually known as, this is my total price. And I will write here total price. Here I'll put semicolon. So basically it is now you can see that this is looking very beautiful. And now you know that what actually I'm trying to do, because just writing count and price, you won't understand what actually I'm trying to do. So this is like you can say this is like a art of writing the code. Art of writing a code is like you are writing like a story. Okay, once upon a time there is a count of headphone whose value is 2, and there is another one, okay, whose price of headphone is, and one day the person thought I want to buy the like two headphones. Okay, and that day he went to the store and he like calculated it, and finally he got his total price. Don't worry about it takes more time. Don't like writing a quality of code actually helps you a lot. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the art of writing code. That's why I'm here, and I'm like I want to teach you all these things. Okay, don't worry how it will fluctuate. Okay, it is basically it is actually depend upon the dynamic behavior of the website. Okay, here you am when I'm setting 4, so basically automatically this count value is changing. Okay, but later you will understand this when we attach this JavaScript like with the HTML, CSS and all those things, then you will understand how this value will dynamically change. 893. Okay, so right now this code is like a very dynamic thing. So now what I want to do, okay, and now I am changing this value 4 and I'm putting this as 6, okay, and I'm removing this, okay, and now what I need to do, I am actually like count of, I have another variable that is count of earphones, okay, and the count of earphones is this, and where price of earphone, price of earphones phones is this. Okay, now the price of earphone, if this is a price of earphone, now you need to calculate the total price. Just go to your like compiler, okay, and go to your compiler and you need to calculate the total price. Basically this is something like this. I want to buy 2 items, so 4 into 799, 1 into 2239, and this is actually giving me total price. Okay, and go and to calculate the total price. Like how will I calculate the total price? Just quickly. Okay, this is the count of headphone, and use the like variable naming beautifully. Yeah, they are actually using the formula. They are actually using the formula. You are saying na ki they are actually calculating manually. Okay, just do on your compiler first. Okay, just do on your compiler and just calculate what is the total price. I want the total price. Okay, so now you are saying now what Amazon is actually doing. Okay, just first calculate the formula and then I'll tell you like what they are actually doing. Okay, nice. But okay. Okay, someone has written very beautifully. Okay, I'm selecting from your answer, like someone has actually. No, no, actually, okay, 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 fine, nice. Okay, now I have selected one answer, okay, which is actually done by one of you. Okay, he has done like very beautifully. What he has done, like what naming he has done, he is actually done like this, where total checkout price, okay, count of headphone into price of headphone plus count of earphone into price of earphone. I think his name is Bhavesh. So really, like really very great. Okay, he's used the power of variable like very beautifully. Okay, so that's nice actually. You need to like because even I am writing total price, but he's written even total checkout price. Okay, now one thing more, it is not like you cannot save the code in Replit. You can just add one file. Suppose if I'm like if I'm learning about operation, then I need to write operation.js. Okay, and what I'll do, I will copy this whole code into this operation.js. It's that I cannot run directly from the console, but I can run that code, like whatever I'm writing operation.js, I can run from here operation.js. Count of earphone is not defined. Okay, I have written earphones, sorry. Okay, 3200. So now what I can do, I can create a new file. Okay, my new code, whatever I want to write. So basically now let's move to, so this is the thing which I have seen, like which we have seen yesterday. Yeah, like just now we have done the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And one thing more, like whenever you're doing the operation, please put the brackets like he has done. Put the bracket, like this is the single computation and this is the another single computation. Okay, please use the brackets. Okay, so now this is the thing which you can see which you can see right now. Okay, this is we are adding, this is the JavaScript normal small JavaScript code. Okay, where we are actually adding something and we are getting the answer. Okay, and dynamically it is actually changing the value and it is submitting. Okay, now you can see that how we can use the JavaScript in different ways. It is similar, like it is exactly similar like when we are doing something like this, when I'm playing with this. Okay, I cannot make this value when I'm putting 6 in and value automatically change. This is like JavaScript. Now let's move to the next one that is known as, okay, that is known as modulo operator. Okay, sorry if I forgot the semicolon, so that's sorry for, because I need to give the semicolon. Okay, semicolon is important because it is a good practice, it is the right practice of writing the code. Okay, now if I want to tell you like about modulo operator, so this is my modulo operator. Okay, modulo operator basically means like if I want, don't confuse this modulo operator with the percentage. Okay, this is not a like a percentage, this is basically means remainder. If you want to find the remainder, so that's why we used to write then we that's why we used to we have a this modulo operator. So this is known as modulus. This is known as modulus. Don't confuse this with a percentage. This is not a percentage in computer science. In computer science, we call it as a modulus. And when you are performing this A modulus B, so what it is doing, it is actually calculating the remainder. So now you already know what is a remainder. Here, this is a normal division method. Here you already know that if you divide this number with this one, and if you are getting some number and finally the remainder is this. So basically, if you perform an operation between two variables, then this variable the value will give you the remainder. Okay, so it has no relation with percentage. Basically, you all are directly messaging me. Okay, that's why he like he able to. Okay. So, like just now, just did you understand like what is percentage? Did everyone understand? Okay. So basically, okay. Those who didn't understand, okay, I'm actually taking the example again. Suppose if I want to find the modulus of 75 and 4. So what is basically modulus? Modulus basically means like if I am dividing 4 by 75, now if I divide it, now finally what I get? I get the remainder 3. So if you directly do the 75 and do the this modulus sign 4, this is we speak as 7 a modulus b. A modulus, don't read as a percentage b. It is not a percentage. This is for remainder and this is known as modulus sign. A modulus b, and that result will give to say 3. Okay. Now let's see in the compiler, then you will understand it, like what I want to try, what I'm trying to say. So basically, now I'm creating a new file. The new file is named as modulus.js. Okay. Otherwise, you would say ki, why I'm writing the code like on the same file. Now, what I can do here, if I want to find the modulus. So to calculate the modulus here, what I'll do, I'll declare a variable. Okay. My first number. Now I'm going to give a meaningful name. First number. First number is 25. Now my second number is equals to, you can say 4. Now if I perform modulus, modulus operation equals to first number mod second number. Okay, by the way, this method of naming convention is known as snake case. This is known as snake case. Why? Because it is like a snake. This is like a snake. Okay. The case is like XYZ. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now you can say this is like a snake. That's why it's this known as snake case. Okay. Now can you see that snake? So that's why this is the proper standard method of like naming the variable. First number, second number. Okay. Now, suppose if you want to find the modulus operation, now what will happen? You divide 4 with 25, and when you divide 4 with 25, then the output which you will get, so basically the remainder. So when you divide 4 by 25, then the remainder is actually 1. So when you do console.log and you do modulus operation, and if I run this, okay, I have basically I've used some wrong variable. Let's see. Okay, actually I'm executing a wrong file. So I need to write node. Okay, and what is the file name? Modulus.js. What is the file name? One second. Maybe the problem with the file name. First number, second number, and now it is actually checking. It is saying that problem with the file number. Okay, I named the file with hello. Okay, sorry. I'm executing it in a wrong place. I should execute in the shell. Okay, that was actually console. Console is not dot for console. It just write directly execute index. Okay, so sorry for that. Now here you have to write node, and I need to write hello dot js. So when I'm executing it, I'm actually getting the result 1. Okay, so modulus dot operation. Okay, yeah, someone has already instruct me. Okay, so modulus operation, this is like first number mod second number. So here I've actually done the modulus. Basically it is doing the percentage second modulus. Okay, now if you want the quotient, if you are saying you want the quotient, if you want the quotient, so now according to this, you can see that what is quotient. Quotient is like from which you are dividing 18. So if you want the quotient, then you just need to write first number, okay, divided by second number, okay, and you just have to do console.log and quotient. And now if I run from here, I just need to write node hello.js. So I'm getting the quotient as 6.25. Okay, so this is the way how actually we used to use the modulus operation. But now I want to ask you, like, where we actually use this modulus. Okay, we learned about modulus, but I want to show you like some beautiful explanation of modulus, like where we can actually use it. Okay, suppose there are like you went for the interview. Suppose you went for the interview. Okay, and now there are many interview panel. So basically the interview panel is, suppose there are many interview rooms. Interview panel 1. Okay, there is an interview room 1. Interview panel 2. Panel 2. Okay. Similarly, we have panel 3. Similarly, we have panel 4. Now, if I'm saying like there are many students and whose ID number is 1, 2, 3, 4, like there are, you can say there are 1000 student came to give the interview. And how we are actually sending those students to the interview. The first one is actually going to here. The second one is actually going to here. The third one is actually going to here. The fourth one is going to here. The fifth one is going to here. The sixth one is going to here. The seventh one is going to here. The eighth one is going to here. The ninth one is going to here. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me like where 17 will go? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, that's nice. Okay, that's nice. It is actually going to 17. But how we figure out? Okay, so basically there is a methodology of modulo. Since you already know that if what I'll do now, there are you already know that there are 4 panels. There are 4 panels. Okay, now if you take modulus, if you divide 4 with like every number of this, either with this 4 it is divisible by this, either this with 8 it will divisible, and either you will divide the 4 with 12, either you divide this by 16. Every time you will get the remainder 0. Like in this series you can just see the pattern. Now if you try to divide the 4 with this one, okay, for this series, at this point you will get the remainder 3 for every number. Here you can see the pattern. Okay, now if you try to calculate the remainder for this one, here in this case you will get the remainder 2. Here in this case, if you try to find the remainder for every number 1, either 5, either 9, 13, 17, for every time you will get the remainder 1. Okay, now can you see the pattern? Pattern basically means when we have 4 interview panels, okay, and if I take the division of this, then I am getting 0, 3, 2, and 1. So basically means if you want to find for 17, then take the modulus by 4 because we have 4 interview panels. And if you take the modulus by 4, then it will give the result 1, and this 1 is actually lying here. And when you are suppose when you have the value 24, and when you are taking this one, when you are getting 0, 0 basically means the last one. You just have to directly figure out like 0 basically means the last one. Otherwise, you are getting the result of 3. So if you want to find like someone for 995, like he is actually asking you, bro, like when my number will come, okay, and which panel I will get a lot. Okay, this is not a remind. This is not a complete. Don't read it as a completely. This is not 1230. This is not 1230. Okay, I'm just explaining again. I'm just explaining again. Just try to see this thing. Just try to see the pattern. The pattern is like here we have 4 interview panels. Here we have 4 interview panels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have total 4 interview panels. Now divide this 4 with every of this number and check what is the remainder. When you divide this 4 with this one, then it is actually giving 0. 8, it is giving 0. When you divide this with 4, then it will get remainder 0. For 16, that will give you 0. That means if you divide in this row, if you take any number, then you will get the remainder 0. If you divide like any number with 4, like here, then in that case you will get remainder 3. Like try yourself, like divide with 4 and check out what is the remainder. And if you try with this, then you will get the remainder 2. And if you divide this, then in that case you will get the remainder 1. So that means I'm directly getting, like if you directly do the 17 mod 4, then in that case you are getting 1. And 1 is actually basically means that interview panel is 1. Okay, and if suppose a guy from whose number is 995, and he is actually asking you, what will be my number? Obviously 995. Okay, it is actually panel 3. Okay, so how panel 3? Now let's see. 995, 4 2s are 8, 9, 4 4 is 16, 9 4 8 is 32. That is comes out to be 3. So basically 3 is the panel number of 995. Okay, but now where we actually using this concept? Where we are actually using this? Oh, so the place, just 1 second. Where we are actually using this concept. So the most interesting thing where we are actually using this concept, I tell you, that thing is like when we have servers. You already know that whenever I'm using google.com, whenever I'm accessing google.com, okay, Google has lot of servers. Google has lot of servers. The server, like one server in Mumbai, one server in New Delhi, one server in Kolkata, like every place they have a server. Okay, they have a lot of servers, and that server name is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now there are many computers, many persons are sitting in their computer and accessing Google. Okay, and whenever you are from your website, you are accessing google.com, you are accessing google.com, you are saying I want to access google.com, then basically you are, whenever you are requesting Google, then basically Google is actually giving you a ID. Okay, that is ID number 1, and this person is actually ID number 2. Okay, whenever you are accessing, then you are at number 3, number 4, you are basically request number 1, request number 2, request number 3, request number 4. So every time he has, suppose 6 servers in India, suppose he has 6 servers in India. So how actually basically we use modulus to distribute the load, to distribute load. Why? How actually, what will happen? This is like suppose a security guard standing here, security guard standing here. Okay, now suppose this request from your request came, security guard will say, okay bro, okay sir, please give me your ticket, and you will say, this is my ticket is 2. Now what security guard will do? Security guard already know there are 6 servers, so it will do 2 modulo 6, and it is 6, so it is a go to gate number 2. So you are going to gate number 2. You are came to 4. Okay, what to do? Okay, give me your ticket, bhaiya. So that it will do the 4, and it will actually send you to the this one. And through this way, the load is actually got balanced. Now, agar if we don't have the power of modulus, in that case, what will happen? We don't know where we have to send. And now in that case, the problem occur like one server will get overloaded and it get down. Other also get down because it is actually getting more request. Yeah, all server contain same data. All servers contain same data. All are actually all are the servers of Google. Okay. Now, basically, servers won't contain data. Basically, you just have to like understand this thing. Servers are actually don't contain data. Basically, what happened? Like when I'm talking about server, okay, these are the servers who, to which we actually the requests are going. You are saying na, ki these servers are containing same data. Basically, these are the servers. These are 6 servers. And these servers are actually connected to same database from where actually they are getting the data. But the request is actually going to different server. Na? The request is actually going to different server. So they are getting the data from this one. Okay. But they are actually going to the server to fulfill their request. 4 modulo 6, how it is 4? You are saying na how it 4. So if you divide this 6 with 4, you know that you cannot divide. You cannot do 6 1 the 6. So you what you'll do 600. So basically you are getting remainder as 4. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. What is the function of server? So basically the server function is like when I'm saying now, what is the function of like when you are asking me this thing, okay, when he is actually accessing google.com. Okay, when you are writing and when you are loading. So the server, the responsibility of server is like there are a lot of servers. Okay, the responsibility of server is like give you the google.com page, give you google.com page in your screen. The page who is coming is actually given by the server. So basically what I want to say, when you are opening google.com, so the page right now it is coming from the server has sent this page, and now my browser is actually loaded this page. Okay, so this is a function of server. Okay, 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 I don't know about that. Key canvas of Masai school server crashed. Okay, by load of many people. Yeah, right. Whenever many people go to the same server, na, so that load is actually increased. So this is the property of the basically modulus. Okay, so now let's now move to the next one, that is exponential operator. So basically exponential operator is something like whenever you want to calculate the power, okay, you already know about 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4. Okay, here you can see that like when I want to calculate the power, so don't confuse this with the multiplication. Okay, this is not a single, because there are two multiplication sign. So this is actually in programming we use for the power. Okay, what is power? Power basically means when I'm writing a this exponential operator b, so basically what I'm saying 4 to the power 2. Okay, and that value is actually goes to 16. So let's say I want to show you. When I'm talking about the exponential operator, so basically it is something like that. Whenever you want to calculate some power, 2 to the power 3, it is actually 2 into 2 into 8. 2 to the power 6. Okay, you need to calculate 2 into 2 into, that is 64. Similarly, you can call 75 to power 3. You need to multiply 75 into 75 into 75. Okay, similarly, if you want to write in the programming format, you just need to write 2 star star 3. If you need to write in this form, 2 star star 6. If you're writing this in the form 75 star star, you can say 3. Basically, this is exponential. Now, suppose I have a value a 15 and b have a value 3. Now if I want to want 15 power 3, in that case I can write a star star b, and I will put this value in some variable. Okay, so this is the thing actually. This is how we actually calculate the exponentiation. So now if I am here, okay, now if I have my first number is this, and now second number is this. So now if I want to calculate the basically exponential operator, so I will exponent, I will write exponent, okay, and I will write first number star star second number. Console.log exponent. Sorry, because right now I'm in the shell, because this is the different file hello.js. So I can write node.hello.js. If you want to run this file from the basically index.js, just copy this code. Okay, and if you want to run this code from the shell, just paste it, and the easiest method is just to play this button, and it is actually in the console, it is actually giving you directly output. Okay, because by default this console, whenever I'm placing this press button, console is directly loading it. So here you can see that I'm getting the output, but if I have use some small variable, not using 2, so 2 to the power 4 is actually 16. Okay, okay, nice. Okay, now I just want to show you one more trick. One more trick. You using exponent, you can solve this problem. Okay, now you already know that using exponential, you can what you can do. You basically calculate the power 2 to the power 4. Okay, 2 to the power 6. You are calculating something like 2 to the power 3. That is 8. Okay, you can also calculate 4 to the power 3. 4, that is something like 64. Okay, but I want to tell you, like, if you are calculating root 5, okay, if I'm calculating root 4, can I write root 4 in this way? Okay, can I write root 4 in this way? So can I write root 4 in this way? So basically when you calculate this root, so basically it will give you the root of 4. So whenever using this exponential operator, you can also calculate the root. Okay, now suppose you want to find the root of 81. So you just need to write this is this 0.5. Okay, so this is the thing. Now if I come to this one, now here if I want to find the basically root of 81, and I'm writing this as 0.5, and if I calculate it, it is actually giving me 9. So basically it has calculated the root of 81. Cubic roots. Okay, if you want to find the cubic root, you are saying if you want to find the cubic root. Now if you are saying, like, if you want to find the cubic root, suppose you are 8, okay, and you want to find the cubic root. So if I'm talking about square root, if I'm talking about the square root, so square root is something like this: 8 1 by 2. And when I'm talking about a cubic root, this is cubic root, so it is like 8 1 by 3. Now can anyone tell me what is 8 1 by 3? No, you don't give me the output, just I want to value of 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is actually 0.33. So I can write in this way. Okay, so if you want to find like something like this, So what I can do 0.33. Okay, it is actually giving me something like this. If I want to find like 8, the cubic root 8, it will give me some approximation value. Okay, because it is the value is actually 2. Okay, but it is actually giving me some approximation value because here I'm actually using some point value now. So exact 1/3 is not 0.33. Exact value is not 1.3. So that is the thing. So don't worry about that. But most of the things you're able to do, you do it. Let's see if I write 1/3. I didn't write, but it will automatically calculate this thing. Okay, nice. Now it is working. Okay, great. Someone has asked me like, can I use 1/3? Now literally it is actually working. Okay, if you want to find me, type of console.log. It will be number, na? It will be number 1/3. It will be, sorry, type of. It is actually number. Okay, so type of this one is actually number. So now I just want to tell you about like something known as multiple mathematical operations. Okay, multiple mathematical operations. So basically, when I'm talking about multiple mathematical operations, so it is something like whenever you are computing something, like whenever you are solving like big equations, I will prefer that you should use brackets. Okay, so that your computer will understand which thing I need to calculate first. Which thing I need to calculate first. Okay, there is something called as operator precedence rule in computer science. Okay, in programming, but I don't want to discuss right now. Okay, I don't want to, because using that rule computer will directly understand, okay, which expression I need to calculate by myself, which expression I need to calculate by myself. Okay, so suppose if I'm talking about this one, why I'm talking this key, you should write this rule, because if you directly write this expression a plus b into c minus d. Okay, and suppose you want to do a plus b first now, but your computer, according to what it will do, it will calculate this one first, and then it will do the operation a plus whatever result it wants. But in reality, what you want to solve, you want to solve in this way. So for this, I would say that just use brackets. Use brackets so that your computer will understand, okay, which thing I should put first. Okay, there is a something known as operator precedent, but don't go, I would say don't go to the detail of it. Okay, don't like go in the detail of that, but later we will discuss about those things when we will learn more operators. But right now I would say that don't go into this thing, because otherwise you will confused, you will get confused. For now, to solve that problem, what I'm saying, just use brackets in a right way. If you use the brackets in a right way, your expression will actually got solved, and you won't get confused. Okay, no, I would say just use this brackets only. Okay, don't go to the someone is asking me, sir, can I use this one, or don't confuse with this one. Okay, I would say just go with these brackets, only this brackets, and don't apply BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule didn't applied here. Okay, don't apply the normal mathematics rule here ki, okay, I should apply this bracket, then I need to this is not, you just use these brackets, this is fine. So I'll show you in the compiler. So when I'm talking about this thing, so in that case, what you can do, basically, suppose you have the value a equal to 2. Okay, so suppose I have an expression. I'm directly solving the expression. Expression is something like, I'm directly writing, I want to solve this a into 2 or you can say 2 into 3 plus 4 into 5. Okay. And if I try to do the console.log, now what my computer will do, when I run this, okay, it is giving 26. Why? 4 5 are 20, 2 3 are 6. 20 plus 6 is equals to 26. But if I change the way how actually I'm writing this expression again, always use the var. If you are using this in this way, now suppose if I remove this, and if I okay, right now it is actually giving me the right output. Okay, but now suppose if I change this way, and I'll make it plus, and I'll make it multiply, and I'll make it plus. Okay, now let's check. Okay, first one is actually giving me 45 and second one is giving me 19. Can anyone tell me why is it? Okay, but I would say don't go to the BODMAS rule and something like that. Okay, if I say in a very like in a layman way, na, so what is actually going on in the brackets? First is actually we used to calculate the bracket because bracket has a higher thing, like you can say higher precedence basically. Okay, so always use, that's why I'm saying always use bracket so that computer will understand I need to calculate separately. And when I'm doing you this, then 5 plus 4 is actually 9 and 5 9 are 45. So it is giving me 45. But when I'm talking about this here, there is no bracket. So what it'll do, it will do the calculation thing, the multiplication thing first. 3 4 are 12. And when it is doing, and it is also add 2 plus 2 with 12 and plus 5. And finally, it will give me the output 19. Okay. Everyone understood? So that's why I'm saying you always use this thing. Okay, so now let's move to the next one. So the next one is string concatenation. I also already shown you in the console.log, but this is the thing which I want to show you again. Okay, so whenever you want to add two strings, basically when I'm talking about adding two numbers, so that is actually that will add the value. When I'm talking about numbers, okay, and when I do the addition, basically if I do the operator 2 plus 3, then it will give me 5. But if I do in the string case, hello plus world, then if I add this, then it will give me hello world, because what it will do, it is actually doing the concatenation. Concatenation means matlab attaching one with another. Concatenation, this is known as concatenation. In a string, if you do the plus, then it is do concatenation, and in numbers, when you do, then it will do addition. Okay, this is concatenation, this is addition. So basically when you are adding this, then it is actually generating this one, and when you are doing the addition, then it is actually adding the number. We will see that power sqrt function later. Okay, don't go for that. So when you add, okay, the one thing more, okay, someone has asked very interesting question, like what if I do this thing, 2 plus 3, just close your eyes, just see that this is string, this is string, then it will become 23. But in reality, when you do 2 plus 3, then it is actually 5. So whenever we do the operation on string, it is actually concatenate. It will do the, it will actually add it. So that's why I'm saying, like, whenever you have this string, so when I want to do sum, basically, so I'll do 2 plus 3, and if I add it, console.log, okay, concat. So what I want to do, 2 plus 3. Okay, so console.log, if I do concat 523, because string basically means whenever you see the string, just attach it. Suppose if I add space here, space is also a string. Space is also a string. So now when I attach it to space 3, when I make it separate, okay. So now you can see that the, like, these two are like gone very far away, like Simran Raj. So you can do anything, you can do any operation. Okay, you are saying what if I do this thing? Okay, it is actually doing some strange thing. Now let's check the type of, so that we will understand what is going on. Strange behavior. It is actually what it has done. It is like a, you can say it is when you try to add this number with a string. Okay, it actually make the complete one as a string. So that's why the result is actually string. It is something like this 3 is actually like a black hole, and this innocent boy 2 is actually trying to add with this black hole. But what this black hole has done, black hole is take it inside and make it as a black hole also. So like string is very rude. Like how can he do like this? 2 plus hello will work. 2, because you just forget na, just don't see like number inside. Whenever you are writing codes, just think that ki now this black hole is attaching, trying to black hole with another black hole. And now when I try to do the concat, okay, and when I try to attach it, now you can see the 2 hello. So now the things you can understand that what you just have to blindly, whenever you are saying two things in a quotes, okay, why do you use string? Basically means like I I don't understand like why. Basically we are learning about string concatenation, na? That's why I use string. Okay, so this is the reason. So you can use plus to join 2 or more string. Okay, it is not like I can say that uh, where a message to all. Okay, just I want to show my gratitude to you all. Okay, it's been in a very interesting in class with you. Okay, I'm just adding another string with you all. Okay, now after that I add plus, I would write, I hope you like this lecture. Okay, so this is something like this, console.log, and now if I message it, so Yeah, it is actually complete. Oh, it is not showing like this. Sorry. It is actually hiding with this due to this. Otherwise, the message is complete. If you are not getting output, basically you will get output. You will get some output, and output will tell you that what is the problem. Okay, string is something like string. When I'm talking about string, now string is something like a message, a characters. Okay, characters, a message. Like it is like a what you can say, a series of character. It is not numbers. String is something like when you want to put some message. Okay, when you want to even you write a like set of characters. Okay, variable characters, and in the codes, and you have a flexibility that you can use anything at dollar something, like you can use anything. Okay, string is saying, okay, you want to show, like you want to show any message, it's up to you. So now basically this is like string concatenation. String concatenation matlab basically those two characters when you want to say, okay, with string you can also add the variables. Suppose my name is Varun. Suppose now it is actually Varun. Sorry. So where name, and I want to show the greet message. Greet message. Okay. Hello. Okay, I want to put my name. So just add. So it is actually I'm concatenating, and I'm concatenating with other string. Welcome to, welcome all. Welcome to Masai. And if I put, so console.log. So basically here I'm actually attaching the variable here. You can see that. Now greet underscore message. If I run this, now you can see that. Hello Varun, welcome to Masai. Okay. Okay. So basically this is all about string concatenation. Now I just want to tell you one more thing. Okay. The last one. Okay. The last data type. Okay. The other data type, which I haven't discussed yet. So that very interesting data type is Boolean. Boolean is like I told you about a bulb, like 1, 0. Boolean cannot say many things. Boolean say either true or false. Either ha ya na. Okay. In other language, I can't talk. If you can talk, then just speak with me like in two, basically in two languages, like either true and false. So this is like how actually Boolean works. So I just want to show you like how this basically data type actually work. So I would say like suppose I'm declaring a variable where, okay, and suppose I'm writing X, and if I'm writing true, okay, so now if I so it will take only two values, either true or false. Okay, don't make it capital. Don't make it capital. It is like the language is fixed. You can either use true, either you can use false. Okay, so I just show you, like if I console it, console.log, and if I show you like X, and if I run this, now you can see that this is false. Okay, now let's see what is the type of this. Okay, so type of X. Now if I run this is actually Boolean. Okay, but now the question is like where we actually use the Boolean. Okay, now if I go to this like Amazon, so if I sign out, okay, so if I say like if I'm signing in, so signing in basically means I'm logged in. Logged in is actually true. Okay, I'm logged in is true. And if I'm signing out, so basically logged in is actually false. So suppose if I came here and if I say like logged in, my variable name is logged in. Suppose in back end of this programming, So right now, corresponding to Varun, it is actually false. False means he is not logged in. He is not logged in. Now, suppose when I write the credential, when I put the credential on Amazon, I put sign in and I write the password. After writing the password, what happen? Like it checks that key, okay, I'm a valid user, and it let me enter in the website. And when it let me enter in the website, it will change the status to true. Okay. So basically, when it is true, so this status is actually helping like to Amazon that whether that user is actually uh, logged in or not. So you just have to this true and false. You just have to write without quotes, and you can say that the color is actually changed. Okay, and this is how. So suppose if I write this way, now let's see what happens. Okay, so it is actually generated the error because this is not a syntax of Boolean. So you need to write true. Okay, now there is also other examples. Okay, so I ask you because some questions are actually asked in the like only on true false. Okay, only on. So you have seen in like some forms, in some Google forms or somewhere, they used to ask you about personal information. Okay, whether like I think you when you came here, like so you have in your form where okay whether you are graduated, whether you are graduated or not. So you said yeah, I'm graduated. Okay, or whether someone has like say okay, I didn't. I ask you like whether you have a habit of smoking or not. So you said I not. You are just filling the form. Okay, it is just filling the form and you are choosing what are the options. You know na, there is a mark like when you used to you have a like in the form you used to have a basically whenever you used to fill the form, in the form you used to have a mark like ki, suppose if I ask smoking. So this is like two buttons are making and you just have to click and this is saying yes and this is no. So in the background, okay, in the background, they are storing your smoking habit as true or false. Depends, whatever you are marking here. So this is how actually this thing is working. So basically we don't use store like in this way. We used to store is okay. So is graduated or not. Okay, so based on that you can define your variable. So you can drive or not. Okay, you can like, so you said oh I cannot drive. So basically but the question here is like where you used to apply these things. Okay, where you used to apply these things like whether where we actually apply this boolean. So now if I go to here, now there is a lot of sale is going on Amazon. Okay, now if I go to here, now here you can see that it is saying up to 80% off. Okay, and if I choose any one of it, now here it is saying like there are extra offers cashback. Okay, only when you buy it, when you start to buy it, you will get 10% gap on Amazon UPI. Okay, and you will get 10% instant discount on rupee debit card only. So basically if you have the rupee card, then you will get the discount. Okay, so it is something like basically it is something like they are sharing the information. They are asking you like this is something like this. Okay, you came to the website and they are asking whether you have HDFC debit card. Okay, and you click on that option HDFC debit card, then what will happen? Then it will take you another page where it will say you will get coupon of 200. And other case what he's shown, if you don't have HDFC debit, then you can also choose another option like do you have Paytm. Okay. If you have the Paytm, then you will get the cash back of 10%. Okay. True. If you have this. Okay. If you have this HDFC debit card. Okay. And in this case, what you can say, I just would say, in the false case, I would say, okay, take him to the other option, other money option. Like what other options he has? Either he can pay through debit card, like, or like all, or like other bank debit card he has. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's, yeah, login is actually true. Login, log out is actually false. You can say that, or you can say just using login also. Login will also, just login also can help you. I would say login. Login is true. Basically, you are inside it. Okay, you don't need logout then. You can just say false. Then basically you are logout. So this is how things are actually working. Okay, okay, Dhruv. So let's take a 5-minute break, and we will that we will just directly move to the, like, the topics part is over. Then we will directly move to the OJ part.
So people, we'll take a, I mean, it's been a long session. So before going for a break, just want to update you on something. We're going to use something called online judge, which will let you write the code and also check whether the code which you have written is correct or not. So Varun is going to introduce to you to that. Again, it has a login and password. If you check your mail, you might have already got your username and password. Can some of you confirm that you got your username and password? It says Masai OJ. Check your official email. Yes. Yeah. So that is your email and password. Again, we'll walk you through that. No need to worry. I'm just here to tell you that there is a platform which we use to do that. We'll come back at 11:45, and Varun will walk you through how to do the things. Take a break, take a walk, and then drink some water and come. Yes.
Okay. So let's meet at 11:45. Should we continue? If else not come yet. It is actually it is a topic of future. Okay, it is a future topic, so we'll cover it. Don't worry about that. Okay, so just go with this flow. Okay, just take one step at a time. And okay, so what I want to say, like I think you got your OJ. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you something about like what is an OJ actually. Okay, so yeah, OJ basically like in coding. Okay, whenever you all I think you know about like many coding platforms. So many coding platforms, like something like if I say HackerRank, Lead Code, okay, there are many coding platform where you can code. But now what companies can do now, like suppose you are writing a code, okay, but and if suppose 1000 students are writing the code, then how can I, okay, then how can I basically check your code? When I'm saying like suppose you have written some code, okay, then how that guy will check your code? Because there are 1000 submissions na. So what we'll do actually, just 1 second, I'm sharing my screen. Don't worry about that, how to use it. Just first listen like what is OJ. Okay, so that is the like that is a part. Okay, now when I'm talking about like that OJ platform, so what is it actually? Like suppose there are many coding platforms. Okay, when I'm talking about Lead Code, when I'm talking about like HackerRank, okay, you have a lot. Now the thing is, like suppose you are writing a code, you the guy who is actually writing your code. Okay, similarly you, like there are a lot of people, okay, who are actually ready with their code, and there maybe actually you can say 10,000 students are there who are actually writing the code. Now if they have written the code and they have submitting the code on these platforms, so after submitting the code, like, but the question is who will check it? Who will check it? Because it is not possible now, it is not possible that they like that this company hire someone and he will review like every of one of your code. Okay, so it is not possible because it is a very hectic task and it is not possible either, I would say. Okay, so but what basically we used to do, we have actually we used to what we used to have actually we I want to discuss three things, like what is input and what is output and what is test case. What is input, what is output, and what is test case? So what happened, like when you submit your code, what these actually coding platform do, when you submit your code, okay, they have their own inputs. They have their own inputs, and on their inputs they will run your code on your inputs, and they have their inputs and they also have their outputs. So when they run their code and they on their inputs, then what happen, they will try to see what your output is actually getting. So suppose from your code, like when they run their inputs on your code, then the output which is getting is 245. Okay, and the actual output is this, which is actually stored by those people, and the actual output is like 248. Now what they will do, they will try to compare with this two, with this two. Okay, this is fine. With this two, with this two, okay, fine, this is not matching, so it will say okay, not, okay, not passed. Basically it is actually failed in one case. Okay, now suppose I'll give you a program, suppose I gave you a program that you need to find like a plus b. Calculate, suppose this is a coding problem, calculate the sum of a and b. You need to find the sum of a and b. So what you need to do now, suppose there is a guy, okay, suppose there is a guy who's Sunil, okay, and there is some Rajat, and there is some other guy who is Suraj. Sunil has written this code like sum a plus b as this, a plus b. This is the code which is written by Sunil. Rajat has written this code as a minus b, and Suraj has written this code as a into b. Okay. Now what this compiler will do, after you have submit your code, now what this compiler will do, they have their own set of inputs. Okay, now what they will do, they have their own set of inputs, like what, the a value, in one case the a value is 0, b value is 0, in other case a value is 0 2, b value is 4, 5 and 8. Okay, 9 and 2. Now what they will do, they will run your code on each of this Sunil code, and they will check what is the output, a plus b, what it is giving, 0, 2 4, that is 6, 8, that is actually at 13. Now 9 plus 2 11. Now they also check what is the output of Rajat. Okay, what is the output which Rajat is getting, a minus b, 0 minus 0 0, 2 minus 4 minus 2, 8 minus 5, that is minus 3, 9 minus 2, that is 7. And now what he has done, 0 8 2 4 ja 8, because it has done, he has written the code a into b. When we run this input on his code, so he will get like 8 5 8 ja 40, 9 2 ja 18. Okay, now in their coding platform, their actual answer is stored, actual output is already stored. Actual output is like a plus b, so actual output is 0 6 13 11. Now what they will do, they will first go to Sunil and they will check whether match. This 0 is matching, 6 is matching, 13 is matching, all test case passed. You can say test case 1, this is your test case 1, test case 1, test case 2, test case 3, test case 4. So he will say that all test case passed. So his code is actually got approved. But now when I match with Rajat, this is match, this doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't. This was match, this doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't. So he can say that this is fail. This is how the coding platform actually used to compare. And they used to have a lot of test cases. Okay. Okay. So just try to understand what I'm saying, like what is. So basically, this is actually done by a software, and that software is known as OJ. That is known as Online Judge, which used to do this. It is the responsibility of the online judge that it will take your code and it will run your code on that input, which is actually set by those who actually created that problem. If you directly print the value, na, right? You are saying that if I print the value, instead of that, you are directly printing the value, but you need to pass like some problems, na, in many problems, there are like 100 test cases. 100 test cases, and those test cases are hidden to you. You don't know what are those test cases. Basically, sunil Rajat and Suraj don't know about these values. It is actually totally hidden to them, and they don't know about these values. Okay, it depends upon the company whether they want to allow to see that test case or not, but mostly they won't allow you to see that thing. And if you don't know that, then how would you know the answer? Okay, so please check, you will get some basically you will get some uh, you got how many of you got the mail? Okay, just 1 second then 1 second. Okay, this is our OJ. So what I'm going to show you, just 1 second. Okay. So basically, this is the thing. Okay, if you don't get the output, just wait. Okay, I'll send you. I'll send you all of you. Okay. So basically, this is the link. Okay, and the username will be like you got your username. Okay, something like fw14 and underscore your whatever your id, like you have just something, you have some your number. Okay, and now your password is basically Masai underscore, and this is the name which is actually in present in your email. Okay, just listen carefully. This is the name which is actually, suppose if I'm talking about a sample email, suppose if this is your email, so your email id, suppose this is the first name, so this name is actually we need to copy here. Okay, the in this one before fw14 you have some like name which, and that name is actually your password. So first I would say just go to this link. I'm sending this one. Okay, don't worry, I'm telling you now what is the password. Just open this first, 2122. And when you open this, then what will happen? It will open something like this. Everyone got this? Okay, I have sent something on the group now. I've sent something in the chat. You just have to open this. Just open this, and this is the screen which you will see when you open this. Okay, now after this, after you sorry. Okay, okay, one second, one second. Please don't post any message. Okay, now you can see that in the chat I have sent something, some link. Okay, you just have to directly open this link. Okay, now you need to put the username. Okay, so just clearly listen, what is your username? Your username is fw14 and underscore whatever your number have, whatever you have, some like I think you have something like in your email. I think you got this thing in your email, fw14 starting from fw14, like 3-digit number is there. That is your like username. Okay, like don't you have this thing, your email is in the in this format? Yeah, in your email na, this is your Masai school email. Just check if your email is like this in this format. Yeah, fw13, you someone says na, fw13 like underscore 346, someone says f113 346, something like this. Okay, you all say, so this is your actually, yeah, fw14 underscore 240, some number. Okay, this is your username actually. Okay, now what is your password? Just listen carefully, what is your password? But is your password is actually Masai. You just have to write Masai underscore and your name which is present in the email. In your email, what is whatever name is actually present. Okay, who don't have like that ID or something, don't worry. Okay, like if you have the old IDs, you can directly use that. Otherwise, don't worry. After this session, like you can directly ping to the on the group. Okay, the IS will help you. So basically, the IDs is actually fw14 and your roll number. fw14 underscore. You need to put your roll number. Okay, and now you need to give the, basically you need to give the password. Okay, this is your username. This is your username, fw14, and you need to put your roll number. Your roll number may be 256, your roll number may be anything, whatever it will be your roll number is. Okay, Okay, 1 second. Now it is like this. Can you see up? The ID is something like, I have sent it the link like 1 second, 1 second. Just don't put anything on the chat. Okay, now you can see that in the I have in the chat I have sent something. Just open this link. No, 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 you cannot share your screen. Sorry. Actually, there are a lot of people in this call, so that's why I can't. Okay, so what you need to do. Yeah, you need to change, but right now just let it be. Okay, later just change your password. Just later, just please ensure that you will change your password. Okay, and whoever is actually facing the issue, like here it's still not opening, don't worry, later after this class, okay, you can directly go to this. Okay, and right now just I'm showing you like how can you no, no, you don't need to create IJ. Like who is in web 13, okay, who is from web 13, you don't need to create new OJ ID. I think your same ID will work on. Yeah, just log in. So I'm just showing you like this is the way how you can log in. So everyone got it or not? Like how to log in? I will continue like if you all are like if you are done. Okay, and whoever student is actually facing the issue, whoever is actually student is actually facing the issue, after this call they can just put the message on the Slack. The other team will help you on this. Okay, maybe there is some wrong with your password or email or something. Okay, that is not working, though those will help you. So I'm repeating it again. What is your username? Your username is something you need to write FW14, okay, underscore your roll number, whatever your roll number is, support 254 3302, anything, whatever your roll number is. Okay, and what is your password? Your password is something like you need to write Masai, and after Masai you need to write in the sample email you have a name, first name. So in my email if I talk about, so then in this case I would say Nopal. Okay, so now I'm going to log in the page. I'm going to log in the page. So this is the thing. Okay, and this is the dummy account, and Masai underscore pull. Just 1 second. Okay, so basically now just go, just now just observe here. Okay, 1 second. Now just look into my screen. Okay, just look into my screen. I have just logged in. Okay, I have put my username, I have put my password. Okay, and now don't okay, don't worry if you won't able to log in. It just I'm showing you. Later you can ask the other people like what is the issue is going on with your account. Okay, so now I think your contest password is something like you have the contest password 123456. You just need to put 123456. Okay, this is your password 123, and here in this section you can see your password. Like when I put the 123456 and when I press on enter, just type 123456, 123456. Okay, don't need to see, don't need to see. Okay, so basically what I have done, like when you just logged in, after logged in it at this place, when you just logged in at this place, when you just logged in na, at this place, actually it was showing you the contest password at this place. Okay, I have done, actually I have already logged in. So I put the password, and after the password is 123456, and after you have done with the password, it will take you to direct this page. Okay, if you have, if you don't have that option, that means you already logged in. Okay, so okay, if it is not showing, then don't worry. Okay, but can you see the problems here? Like on the right side, can you see the problems here? If you click on the problems, like someone has already started solving it. On the right side, you can see the, on the right side, you can see the problems. On the right side, you can see the problems. Don't worry, whoever don't unable to log in. So okay, so in that case, do one thing. If you won't able to see that screen, in that case, what I am doing, I'm sending you, something. Just directly open this. I've sent something. Okay, some link. Directly open this. Okay, no, just wait. I'm showing you now. Pehle first, just let me explain everything. Now I'm going to the problems. So just first tell me, everyone got it? Everyone, like everyone, like it is coming. Okay, whoever don't coming, like in like whoever is actually facing issue, don't worry. Okay, later, just after this class, just put the message on the Slack. Okay, your IAs will help you. Okay, so now just I'm showing you like how to. Okay, I'm starting it. So basically here you can see that there are a lot of problems. Print Masai school, multiply by 50, product of 6, sum of 5, cube of a number, square, and sum find x. Okay, there are a lot of questions. So what I'm doing, I'm coming to this, I'm going to this question. Okay, so now this is the format of like how the basically how the OJ question actually shows. So here you can see that the question description is like showing here. After that, it is actually describing the question. You need to print Masai school on a line and print a transformation in education on a new line. Okay, it is saying like this. Now it is saying this is the input which it will send. But in this case, it is not actually testing my input. Why? Because in this question, when I said that this is a because for this problem a plus b, when I need to find something, so they have already test cases. But in this case we don't need it. In this case we don't need it. Why? You just have to print something now. It is, that's why it is saying no input. But what is the output he's expecting? What is the output he's expecting? He's expecting print Masai school on a line and print a transform in execution on a new line. Okay, and this is the sample input description. It is saying this is the sample input. Okay, it is not putting any, giving any input to your code. It is saying I'm just expecting this output Masai school first line, transformation in education in next line. Okay, so don't worry, just focus here. Okay, you finally you will able to your link will work. Okay, don't worry, later the other people will help you in all this, in setting up the process. Now just first try to understand, because you won't able to get this thing which I'm discussing right now. Okay, so now here you can see that you need to print Masai school on a line and print a transform in education on a new line. Okay, so what I need to do, I just need to write here, it is written, just write your code here. Okay, so what I can do, I can write console dot log, and after writing console dot log, I need to write Masai school. So after I have done with the Masai school, now what I'll do, here you can see the submit button. Okay, now if I click on the submit button, now what happened? It will say wrong answer. Now let's check what is the wrong answer. And here, this is the only one test case in this code. There is only one test case. If I click on this, here it is saying expected output is this, but you have only written this. So basically I need to solve this problem. Like I need to go back to the problem and I need to write one more line, that is console.log. Okay, and a transformation in education. A transformation in education. So if I submit it, again it is giving me the wrong answer. Can anyone tell me like why it is giving me the wrong answer? Yeah, you can use /n. Yeah, that's right. So basically I have written the small t, that's why it is actually giving me the wrong answer. So now if I submit it, now you can see that it is accepted. It is accepted. Okay, so console.log Masai school a transform in education. Now I have done with my first question. If I go to here, now I got 100 points, 100 score. I got this for question, and this is the accepted. This is the expect output, and I'm getting this. So the code is actually good. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. So what I'll do. Okay, so I'll go to the problems and I will go to multiply by 50, the next question. Yeah, you can also use the variable. The other way to solve the same question is you can try, like you can give a different type of hit and trial. I would say, like suppose where message equals to, I can write Masai school. Okay, and what I can do plus, and then I can write /n, then I can write a transformation in education. And I can just also do this way, console.log, and I'm writing message. And if I just submit it, here you can see that it is accepted. So I can also write in the another way also. Okay, it's up to me how actually I'm writing your code. Okay, so basically, okay, the contest password is, again I'm telling you, the contest password is like Masai underscore. Okay, and your email, whatever name is written on your email, I have copied the same name, Nupul. Here it is written in the Nupul, and here it is actually written the Nupul. So Masai underscore. Okay, and whatever in the email you have the name. Okay, don't worry if it is not working. Okay, it is just I'm showing you like how we are going to submit this code and how we. Okay, so now let's move to the next question, that is multiply by 50. Okay, a contest password is 123456. Contest password is 123456. If you are saying what is the contest password, sorry, contest password. Okay, don't I've mistakenly I've shared the Slack. 123456, this is the password. Okay, just wait. Okay, this is the practice contest, don't worry, I have other contests for you. It is just first I want to show you the all description to all of you. Okay, so don't worry, if you unable to see the contest, later your problem will get solved. Now the second problem is multiply by 50. So let's read the description. Description is saying you are given a number stored in a variable with a number. Okay, now you need to multiply the number stored in a variable by 50 and print the result obtained. So basically they have already given you the number. Okay, and and you need to multiply that number by 50 and that print the result is obtained. So now it has given the input. It has saying that the first and only line of input contains a number of stored in a variable number. So it is the OJ is actually saying to you is that I am providing you a number. Okay, I am providing you a number, and now you have to perform operation on that. So now what is the output? Expected output, print a single number, the result obtained by multiplying bit 50. You need to give a output a single number, which is the multiplying it by 50. So this is the sample input 1, 2, and when you multiply 2 by 50, then it is actually 100. In the sample test case, the value stored in the value number is 2, and after multiplying by 50, the answer obtained is 100. Okay. So now here you can see the code. So basically this is the body which our OJ already like we have already given to you. Okay. So you don't have to think like, what is this? This is something function, but you don't have to go to like in depth of it. Just read this line. You have to write the code here. You just need to write the code here. And the number is actually provided by this variable number. You already have that number. Okay. So now you just have to play with this number. You don't have to worry what is this. You just have to write your code inside it. Okay. You just have to write if your code is not visible, then in that case, click on this. Okay. So it will reset you. Basically, it will show you this function thing. Now, in that case, you just have to write your code here. So what I'll do, I will create a variable result and I will take the number and I will multiply by, it is saying according to question, you just have to multiply by 50. Now, if I multiply it by 50, now what happened? I will do console.log and I will result it. Now let's see what happened. Now, if you want to check in your custom input, then just click on this. Okay. And in that case, you are sending your 2 as a custom input to this number, basically 2. So if I run this code on my custom input, then it is saying your output is 100. Now, if I give my custom input as 10, now what will happen? It is giving me 500 because I am trying this number is actually taking the value 10 and I am multiplying it with 50 and the result I am getting is 500. But I don't want to test my input. I just directly want to submit. When I submit this code, then in that case, if I click on this, then you can see that there are a lot of 10 test cases which it passed. If I open any of the test cases, then it is saying input is 12, expected output 600, output is 6, your output is 600. So both our things are correct. Okay. And this is your code and it is actually working fine. Now, suppose if I change this value to 50 to 20. In this case, if I directly submit it, now it is saying wrong answer because I have written the wrong code because I have multiplied by 20. And it is saying the output is not matching. Okay. So this is actually, I've intentionally did it. So now if I write 50, just need to write submit. So I'll go back and I'll move to the product of 6. The next question. Okay, I'll tell you. You are asking me now what is the meaning of constraint in the question. So basically the meaning of constraint is like the input in the test cases. When you go to the test cases, okay, just first check the constraint. Constraint is saying your n value will lie between 1 to 20. Okay, basically what does it mean? Like if I go to the summation, now it is saying according to constraint your n value, whatever the input we will going to give you, it is not more than 20. So now if I open the test case here, you can see that your n value, whichever your code is giving input, it is not actually greater than 20. If you go to the last one also, the last value is also 7. Okay, constraint is basic means the input which we are giving you. Okay, so it has some boundary. It is not like we can give any constraint, like we can give any like any number. If any error is occurring, so you have to figure out that error and you have to fix that code. Okay, you have to go to your code again and you have to fix that. Okay, because in my case my code is running, so you have to figure out that part by yourself. how to like why this code is not running. Basically, you are not giving that 20 number. Na? You are saying what will happen if we give a number greater than 20. It is not you are giving. It is the OJ is giving. It is OJ is giving the number. Okay. So accepted rate, basically how many of you have submitted and what is the accepted rate. So don't worry about that. Okay. So now product of 6. You are given 6 numbers stored in variable with the following names. So 6 numbers are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the variables. Print the product of all 6 numbers. Print the product of all 6 numbers. The first and only line of the input contains 6 numbers stored in the variable. Okay. So you have the value of these numbers and your constraint is n is less, equal to 20. Basically means every variable will have the value less than 20. Okay. This variable also has the value less than 20. Like every variable won't contain the value greater than 20. Now this is the sample input. It is saying this is a value of 1, this is a value of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here in this way. Now, if you want to calculate it, you just have to multiply every value and you will get the output 720, which is the required answer. So now if I store the result, store the result, now you can see that I would write where result equals to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Okay. Now I just what I'm doing, I'm just want to multiply it. I'm just logging it console dot log result. Okay, don't worry, you have a lot of time to write this code. If your thing is not working, don't worry about that. Okay, it is not like something very bad happen. Sometimes problem happen. So it just, but right now focus here. So here I have done this. So if I submit my code, now here you can see that it has passed all the test cases. Okay, every value is not more than 20. That's why the constraint was saying. Here you can see that. Now let's move to sum of 5. Sum of 5 is actually saying, no, you don't want to put any input, anything in function. Okay, this is, we have the who created the problem. This is the who we actually, we decided the constraint. So the question is saying you are given 5 numbers stored in variable with the following names 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find the sum of the 5 values and print it. Okay, so you have this 5 values and you need to print the sum of these values. Okay, so you can read the hint. These are the values which are given. Now you need to find the sum of these values, which is required sum. So I'll remove this. I'll use where result 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. And I just need to console.log. And if I submit it, so basically it is accepted. Okay, I have just calculated the sum and it has passed all the test cases. So now this is how actually I'm solving this one. Now let's move to the next number question, that is cube of a number. It is saying that given a number, find its cube. Okay, so if you have a number 2, it is 8. So it is saying the number will not be more than 30. Will not be greater than 30. So if I say where result and I want to find the cube, either you can write this way. This is, I'm actually using the power function. Okay, and if I basically it is accepted, or either I can, what I can do, I can multiply it 3 times. So basically it is actually accepted. Okay, so there may be test cases here. You can see that. So basically input is 4 and the expected and matching, your output is matching with them. Now let's move to the next one, that is square and sum. You can you are saying na, I didn't explain the power other than 2. You can put any power na. If that is the exponential operator, then you can put any power. Don't worry about that. You just have to do the hit and trial from your side na. It is not. Later you will understand that what is the role of time and memory. Okay, when you will keep on doing the practice. So when you will move ahead with the course, you will understand that what is this time thing, what is this space thing, and everything. Now you are given 3 numbers stored in a variable with the following names. You have given 3 numbers 1, 2, 3, and you have to find the square of the 3 numbers and find the square sum of their square values. Okay, so basically you have to find the square of the 3 numbers. So what I have done, like suppose, so the square of 3 is actually 3 into 3 9. So suppose they have given you 1 2 3 number. Okay, just read the number 1 2 3 and just read the hint. The first will be you do the square of 1, the second will be do the square of 2, third will be square of 3, and add all of these numbers. Then that will be the your required answer. So what I can think of, where first, okay, or I can directly write where result. I would say that put brackets 1 into 1. Now put a plus. Now inside that put 2 into 2 plus 3 into 3. Now console.log result. So if you've done this thing, now if I submit it, that's I'm saying using use brackets. Yeah, we can use exponential directly. That's right. Here also I can use exponential directly. 2, 2, because I want the square. So if I submit it, then you will see that it is accepted. Okay, so now it is working. Now the last, find x. So basically x is multiplied by 3. Okay, and 10 is added to the new value of x. So you have given a number x and you have to find the value of x. So first you have to multiply by 3 and then 10 is the value added to the new value of x. This is the x constraint, like it won't go below like greater than 1000. And if you have a value 3, then first you have to multiply that by 3, that will become 9, and then you have to add 10. When you are adding 10, so basically it become 19. So I would say x equals to where result equals to x. First you are multiplying with 3 and then your result equal to, you are first you're multiplying with, then you are adding 10. So in the result what you are doing, you are adding 10. So where answer, either I can say write this, or either what I can do, I just don't need to declare anything. I just write result, because I am adding something to the result. I am saying whatever the result value came, put here and add that 10 to it and just put it in the result again. So finally I'll get my answer in result. Yeah, that's nice. No, it's not. It's not. Basically, it is okay. Okay. So if you are saying that's right, someone is saying we need to find the value of x now. Okay, so you can do x equal to x into 3, and then you can do x equal to x plus 10. In the x, I'm actually multiplying 3, and with that, whatever result is coming, I'm adding 10, and we just need to write x. And when you do submit, now we have find the value of x. Got it? Yeah, you can also print this in one line. It can also, it's just that I'm showing you in steps. Whatever you want to weigh, whatever you want to, like, you can do in like in your, like, whatever you like. Okay, now just want to show you something. 1 second. Basically just want to check, like, whether you're able to don't worry who don't understand anything. So if you are not understand anything now, so that is the beginning. You would say, like, that is a great thing that you have confessed this, you are confessing this thing that you don't understand anything. But don't worry, that is this is the beginning, that now you will learn anything, you will learn something. Okay, those people who told me now that we have understood everything, maybe I can doubt ki that maybe they can stop their effort. Okay, they will say that okay, I know everything. But who student who is telling me like, I don't understand anything, I like, because I have faith on you that you will understand anything. I cannot say about others, but I would say that definitely you will understand anything, because something like later, because you are going to put some effort. Okay, so don't worry. If it is partially, I would say that. Okay. Okay, you are saying please explain the don't worry, you will see, watch this video again, then you will get the feeling. It is not like every time happen that in first time we used to understand everything. 1 second, where is the, okay, this is the thing. You are talking about Mr. X. Mr. X is saying you are given number X. Okay, this is the number X is already given to you. Now it is saying X is multiplied by 3. So I have multiplied the X by 3 and I put into the X. Now after that it is saying 10 is added to the new value of X. So I have added the X with the 10 value. And finally I printed. Once upon a time, as X is saying, okay, please make it me 3 times. So I make it 3 times. Then he, in the next day, he make a wish that please add some 10 value to me, and I have added 10 value to it. Okay, and then he's saying please display me to the world. So I have displayed it to the world. So this is the thing now. This is how I did done in just 3 line. I have done this. Okay, so don't make it uh, don't make it like don't make it too complex. I'm saying now, I'm telling you, like, it is so easy, like you will understand that. And if you're not getting it, like someday later, every, like, you will get the feeling. Okay, so I am there I'm not giving up on you, no. So I'm saying like, yeah, I am there for you. So this is why I actually, or otherwise I have given the explanation once, but don't expect me that I will solve all of the question for you. This is your part. Okay, I have done the lecture part. I have done the lecture part, and now, okay, so basically the login process is something like, okay, last time I'm again sharing the login process. Okay, so first login process is, okay, this is the OJ screen. And if I share this link to you, okay, this is a contest. Here you can see that if you go to this contest, it will ask for the username and password. Your username is fw14 underscore your roll number, your whatever your roll number is, 304 202, anything it will be. Okay, so it is your, you have to make it like you have to write username. After that you have your password is Masai underscore, and in your email whatever name is there, okay, whatever name is there, it is your password. So in my case the password is Masai Nupul. Now after moving to this point, what I need key when I done with the username and password, after this, okay, after this you just need to directly open the contest, and then you will see that key after it will show you the problem. And okay, and the contest password is on the right side. What the contest password you are going to put is 123456. This is your login password, and after logging the password to open the contest, okay, you need to put your password. In the left section you can see that a small box where it was actually telling you to please put the password. Okay, so now, okay, if it is showing this now, if it is showing this, okay, okay, here it will show you the password, but I have already put the password, and that's why it is not showing here. But you just need to open this link. Okay, if it is not showing the password, if it is not showing the password box, then in the right side you can see the problems. In the right side you can see the problems. Just open that. Okay, just open that, your problems will open. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Okay, I would say that key you would basically just whatever problem you problem you will face, okay, you just have to ask your IAs. Okay, they will help you. Okay, if it is related to OJ or anything, okay, and they will help you like on solving that problem. I would say that there are 3 assignments which I have given. Okay, one assignment is like the same, okay, which you have just now, which you have which we have solved just now. Okay, there are other 2 assignments. The first assignment is basically from the yesterday's class. Okay, and that assignment you need to do on the Replit, and you need to share the link. Okay, and there have you will find where you have to submit the link. And now the third contest is like the today's after today's class. Okay, and you will find the link on the canvas. You will find the link on the canvas. I think like there is some problem in the canvas. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, now it is sharing. Now you can see that in the canvas, if I go to the assignment section, in the assignment section here, I have put 2 assignments. Okay, so this is the assignment which I have just discussed just now. This is the assignment. This is the assignment which I'm releasing. So you all are logging together. Now that's why it is actually going. Okay. So basically this is the another contest. Okay. And you will find the contest password here. You just need to open it. Okay, this is actually published. Now you can check on your basically. Okay, so what I am saying, like there are 3 assignments. Okay, so first of all, this is making an issue. Like